Just emerging from the dry ice and the spotlights is Gabriel OZAN for the Argentina Condors, making his World Series boxing debut tonight. A fighter from the professional ranks. Professional boxers permitted to compete in World Series boxing. Provided they have had 20 bouts or less in the pro ranks. Here's another man to whom the exact same principles will apply. Nordine SAMOUDI of the Algeria Desert Hawks from France. He too making his World Series boxing debut, and he too making his first appearance in this team competition after competing in the World Series, competing in the professional ranks. 12-fight professional, record of 9 wins, 1 solitary loss and 2 draws. So this team concept going to be a brand new experience for SAMOUDI. You see the blank slate of OZAN as he prepares to make his bow in this team competition. SAMOUDI possessing a similar slate, devoid of any wins, losses or contests ahead of this, his first outing in World Series boxing.
Tercer pelea de la noche, hasta 75 kilogramos. Rincón rojo, de Mendoza, República Argentina, Carlos Gabriel OZAN.
When you hear the round of applause that Carlos Gabriel OZAN is receiving, he's from these parts, born and resides in Mendoza.
Nordine SAMOUDI. Es árbitro de este combate Michael Gallagher de Irlanda, juez número 1 Enrico Licini de Italia, juez número 2 José Bonet de Puerto Rico, juez número 3 Armando Carbonell de Colombia, juez número 4 Clemente Carrillo de Ecuador, del juez número 5 Tony Germain de Canadá. Es a la distancia de 5 rounds.
Okay, punches. Okay. Just watch instructions. Watch your heads, okay? Keep them punches up and obey my commands at all times, okay? Shake hands, back to your corner. Okay?
Segundos afuera.
Michael Gallagher,
Seconds out.
the official in charge of this contest. So the opening bell sounds for the first of a scheduled 5 3-minute rounds. In the 75-kilogram middleweight division, the boxer wearing blue trunks trimmed with white is making his World Series boxing debut, and he's come out punching hard with that left hand in particular. Jolting jabs and a left hook and right combination just causes SAMOUDI to readjust his boxing stance and get his legs back beneath him. Right hand to the torso is a forceful shot as well. And SAMOUDI, well, there are no niceties, even though it's a team competition, even though it's fought in a terrifically friendly spirit. National pride is on the line here tonight. Argentina looking desperately for their first win of the season, and that is a thunderous right hand that again causes SAMOUDI to back up another one, sends him back a good few inches. Trying to get his boxing together now, working behind a left jab and operating from behind a high-held guard, but hard single pot shots being fired in by Carlos Gabriel OZAN. Left hook of the long variety was on point as well. So approaching the halfway stage of this opening round, and so far it has been all Carlos Gabriel OZAN to begin this middleweight encounter. Terrific action, terrific precision being exhibited by the local boxer. Right hand once more, just catches SAMOUDI on the end of its reach. Double left jab from SAMOUDI. They really didn't appear to have much on it. Left hook again was partially parried by the glove, but still enough to cause SAMOUDI to engage reverse gear. And again, the left hook and then the right cross once more. The punch resistance being tested of Nordine SAMOUDI. And really, even though he is on the move and presenting a moving target, to this point in the round, this has really been target practice for OZAN. Right hand again and a left hook. Well, it's been a really torrid opening round to this point for SAMOUDI, as OZAN has been really precise with his shots. Just one for slapping with the inside of the glove rather than striking correctly with the knuckle part of the glove by referee Michael Gallagher was OZAN. Left uppercut and another 3 punches, all partially blocked and parried by glove and forearm. And that 10-second clapper cannot sound soon enough from SAMOUDI's point of view, because he was hit or has been hit with all manner of punches to begin that opening round. Really, he's going to have to write that one off, get his head back together and come up with an alternative game plan in the second round if he hopes to get another victory, because this is the manner in which OZAN started, swinging hard singles and invariably landing. Right cross just penetrating the guard, the gloves that were bracketing the head of SAMOUDI. And unsurprisingly, all 3 judges seeing it in favor of the home boxer, because it was a dominant display in that opening round. How will he approach the second round, having been in such a commanding position throughout round number 1?
Segundos afuera, segundo round. Seconds out, second round.
So round number 2 begins. The boxer wearing blue, operating out of the orthodox stance, is Carlos Gabriel OZAN, who boxed terrifically well in round number 1 by throwing combinations like that. Crisp, sharp, 1-2 combination, left jab, right cross, both of them finding an inviting home on the chin of SAMOUDI. Good left jab from SAMOUDI, who really is going to have to find some adaptive strategy. There's a good counter left-right from SAMOUDI, and that brings a round of applause from the Algerian corner. They were just about the only people cheering in this amphitheater here in San Martin, Mendoza. OZAN, an undefeated professional with a perfect slate of 10 fights and 10 wins. And 8 of his 10 fights have been in this province. So a very popular fighter around these parts, and he lands a perfect left hook right onto SAMOUDI's chin that causes the Algerian representative to touch down on the canvas.
7, 8. You okay?
Mandatory 8 count has been told by referee Michael Gallagher. We are approaching the halfway stage of this second round. Plenty of time for OZAN to seek to finish the job inside the distance, and an awfully long time for SAMOUDI to negotiate if he hopes to survive and hear the bell to end round number 2. Electing to get on his bike rather than cover up, finds himself trapped on the ropes. takes a big right hand, now showing some machismo and waving OZAN in. Double left hook fired out by SAMOUDI, but blocked by the forearm and glove. Ambitious corkscrew left attempted by OZAN. Follow-up left wasn't too far away. Inside a final minute, OZAN really looking to pick his punch rather than steaming in, looking to bring about a stoppage. But you see when SAMOUDI gets himself on the ropes like that, how square he becomes, presenting the full width of his torso and a massive target for OZAN to punch away at. Here he's obliging once again. 30 seconds to go in this second round, a round in which SAMOUDI has touched down on the canvas. So 10-second clapper sounds out once again here in this outdoor amphitheater. But OZAN took the opening round for all three judges and put his man on the floor with a picture-perfect left hook during round number 2 to assert his dominance once again in that session. Here was the follow-up left hook. Over a lazily low held right hand from SAMOUDI. Beautiful shot. SAMOUDI on the canvas. Well, that must be an error, because how can a man take a trip to the floor and be adjudged to have won the round by a 2-point margin? I think judge number A has got his boxes confused, his buttons confused. We hope that can get addressed by the time the official scores are rendered. But in the meantime, just some running repairs required to the trunks of Nordine SAMOUDI. So into the third round we go. Been a dominant display from the man who is on the front foot and on the attack right now. What a jolting left jab he just used to penetrate the guard of SAMOUDI and snap the Algerian representative's head back. He's demonstrated good punch variety, and here we see SAMOUDI on the front foot for the first time. Will this bring about more success for the Frenchman representing Algeria? Because by electing to take the long way around the ring and dance on the perimeter, he has been a distant second best for rounds 1 and 2, complaining about a low blow as OZAN got through with a good left hook to the rib cage of SAMOUDI. And if SAMOUDI does commit to this front foot strategy, well, he has to be commended for trying something different, because he's been hit with plenty of heavy leather tonight. Dance boxing on the back foot isn't working. He in the corner have recognized that. Credit to him for coming and trying to get on the front foot in an effort to force OZAN backwards. But he's eating plenty more punches in the meantime. Approaching the halfway stage of this third round. And let's see how SAMOUDI does when he's coming forward. You see the flashing left hook from OZAN trying to catch SAMOUDI as he's coming in. Good evasive movement shown by SAMOUDI to avoid that single shot. But where was that during rounds number 1 and 2? Because the gloves of OZAN were landing on the point of his chin like iron filings attracted to a magnet. Took a trip to the canvas during the second round. And that has elicited a change in tempo and a change in tactics. The crowd perhaps sensing that and are really cheering on the local man from Mendoza, Carlos Gabriel. OZAN, good right hand from SAMOUDI. Worth pointing out that in his last victory, as we said, he's an undefeated fighter is OZAN, but in his last victory, which was March of this year, his last outing, he was put on the canvas in the second round. Flash knockdown, but overcame adversity, showed good fighting spirit in that contest, got off the floor, put his man on the floor in round number 3 before forcing a 5th round stoppage. Good left hook once more. You see SAMOUDI electing to try and get himself out of punch range with his hands down by his belt line. So he's made one adaptation by boxing on the front foot. Really learned to keep his hands up as he attempts to pull out of punching range. Thunderous exchange towards the end of this round. Big shots being punched in by both boxers. But in that closing exchange, it was OZAN who had the better of it for my money. But will that change in tactics from SAMOUDI bring him any success on the scorecards? On the floor in round number 2, elected to become the aggressor and see what OZAN has going backwards. That was the exchange just before the bell. The boxers touched gloves out of respect after really testing the chins of one another. There was a good right cross from SAMOUDI. So he had the most success he's had to this point in the contest during the course of that round, and 2 of the 3 judges have favored the visiting boxer.
Segundos afuera, cuarto round.
So this contest in the balance as we enter round number 4. Argentina looking for one more win to make it their first win of the season, as they currently lead by 2 bouts to 1 over the visiting Algeria Desert Hawks. Boxers exchanging hard punches at mid-range once more. Algeria looking for the victory to tie things up at 2 bouts apiece. And you can see how high the trunks of SAMOUDI have ridden up just beneath his pectoral muscles. Referee Michael Gallagher has spotted it. And no, you can't call a shot below that belt line illegal, and begins to adjust them to make them more appropriate in terms of height. So the action resumes. Just under a minute gone, and both fighters boxing furiously for occupation of that crucial ring territory on top of the logo. Good left right to the ribcage of SAMOUDI from OZAN. And as the boxers are fighting furiously to see who can impose their will on the contest, OZAN gets through with a terrific left uppercut. And again, you see SAMOUDI almost being forced onto the back foot and into reverse gear, picked off once more as he attempted to come into punching range. Really precise punching being executed and employed by OZAN in this 4th round. A pivotal round during the course of this contest and in the context of the bout, because it's intriguingly poised after 3 completed rounds. OZAN took the 3rd round by 2 scores to 1, by 2 judges' scores to 1 on the scorecards. Good right hand causes SAMOUDI to go backwards, just to allow his head to clear and get some coordination back onto his legs. You saw him trip over the Toblerone, advertising at ringside. OZAN just winding up his fists in anticipation of unloading more heavy shots. SAMOUDI in danger of being punched to a standstill. Right hand causes him to stagger and then hold on, claiming OZAN around the waist and gripping on like a limpet. Approaching 30 seconds to go in the 4th round. OZAN in a dominant position, waving his man on. SAMOUDI coming dangerously square on the ropes once more. Left uppercut wasn't too far away. Right cross just grazed the chin of SAMOUDI. And SAMOUDI looking just a little bit disorganized now. The mouth open, breathing rather heavily. OZAN appearing poised and in control, and could well be on the cusp of securing Argentina's first team victory this season. Good right hand to end that 2-punch assault from OZAN. SAMOUDI did well to lean back at the waist and evade that follow-up right hand. OZAN targets the body, warned for punching incorrectly. And all of a sudden, SAMOUDI looking really disorganized and slightly dispirited as the bell sounds to end round number 4. Very good round of boxing indeed by Carlos Gabriel OZAN. Really asserted his dominance after conceding round number 3, and should have taken that round, at least for my money, because this man was put under serious pressure. Some of the accurate straight punching being exhibited by OZAN. And the sustained pressure being applied to SAMOUDI, causing him to hold on. So dominant was that round for two of the judges that they have scored it 10 points to 8. The 10-point must system in effect doesn't follow completely traditional boxing, but that round deemed to have been so dominant for two of the three judges seated ringside that they scored it 10 points to 8 in favor of the home fighter. So the fifth and final round begins between these two World Series boxing debutants. Carlos Gabriel OZAN of Argentina, operating out of the orthodox stance in the blue trunks trimmed with white, has been superb throughout the majority of this contest. SAMOUDI had his most success as referee Michael Gallagher calls timeout once more. Good left hand to the body of SAMOUDI from OZAN. Most of SAMOUDI's success came in round number 3 when he got onto the front foot, forced OZAN backwards, and he took that round for two of the three judges. Tried to do it in round number 4, but was really outgunned as a good left hook gets through from OZAN. Terrific punches, landing bang on the button for the Argentinian boxer. Good left hand to the body, left hook upstairs, wasn't too far away from OZAN. SAMOUDI made his pro debut in April 2011. Most recent outing was in June of this year. Been a 6-round distance 5 times, has been the 5-round distance twice. OZAN has forced a 5th round stoppage, but that is the furthest he has been. Neither man has had a contest scheduled for more than 6 rounds, so even though they're professionals, this approaching the limit of what both boxers have done. Low blow goes south of the border from OZAN. SAMOUDI didn't complain. Sweeping left hooks exchanged by the boxers. And we're inside the final minute, and that left hand really seemed to thicken and sap most of the fight out of Nordine SAMOUDI. He holds on. Just over half a minute to go in the 5th and final round. And a standing count has been issued from Michael Gallagher because SAMOUDI was placed under serious pressure. And OZAN could well be looking to force his second 5th round stoppage in a row. His last professional outing in March of this year, he forced a stoppage in round number 5 of a bout that was scheduled for 6. In this, his World Series boxing debut, he has forced another 5th round stoppage, and just listen to the round of applause that greets that decision by referee Michael Gallagher. Carlos Gabriel OZAN, a successful World Series boxing debut as he forces a stoppage in round number 5 over the game, but ultimately outgunned Nordine SAMOUDI. A terrific display from the World Series boxing debutant. SAMOUDI showed that he knows his way around the boxing ring. Had good success in round number 3, but in round number 5, well, OZAN really stepped on the gas, and that was a jab that did terrific damage to the conditioning and the spirit of Nordine SAMOUDI. Brought about a standing count, and then the stoppage wasn't too far after that. OZAN demonstrating a terrific finishing instinct, seeing that his man was dispirited and in trouble, and applied the pressure, leaving referee Michael Gallagher with no option but to stop the contest. Carlos Gabriel OZAN, a successful World Series boxing debut, and that means that the Argentina Condors have secured their first victory here in season 4. Here's the official verdict.
Ganador por nocaut técnico a los 2 minutos 50 segundos del 5º round, Rincón Rojo, Argentina, Carlos Gabriel OZAN.
Carlos Gabriel OZAN forces a 5th round technical knockout over Nordine SAMOUDI in this battle of World Series boxing debutants. A successful one for OZAN, one that ends in defeat for SAMOUDI. But in the context of this match, what it means is that the Argentina Condors, currently 5th in Group A, still searching for their first win in this, their 4th match, and they have just accomplished it